Everything came through? We're good? Looks like it? Okay. I think we're good. I think we got this. Everything's gonna be okay.
Oh, sure, yeah. I'm not over here perspiring or
Oh,
anything.
it's all good.
Lies.
We'll
With a little
survive
sweat
somehow.
between friends with no healer. So hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, our healer will be joining us at some point this evening, as well as our elven friend. In the meantime, I'll do my best to give them some form of justice, as far as their presence still being here. But of course, that does increase the likelihood that everyone will die. It's a joke. It's a joke. You can laugh. It's okay. Prom.
We don't believe you.
So when we last left off, you guys were having a pleasant conversation with the tainted water weird, who was just beneath the floor grates of this room here, if I remember correctly. Oh no. It's going to be one of those nights, isn't it? All right. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Like I said, this is one of those Murphy's Law evenings. Let's hope it doesn't affect your dice rolls. Okay, so yes. There we were, squared off with the weird. I will let you continue from there. Believe he had just asked you to take him with you.
Yeah, Sugnak was conversing with it, I believe. Spotted Shillelagh's pack right by the grate.
Breathing exercises. Man, I bet I was this close to losing a lung. I bet I was this close. This is physically painful.
OSHA's gonna hear about this place.
This is the thing that it's just like one eye stalk sticking out of the water.
It's actually
right?
as if the water itself rose up and formed into a head with two eyes.
I want to... let me see if I still have any available. Say, to check... Yeah, I want to detect magic. Got
Detecting magic.
Yep.
No. Not really.
What the hell? This is both unnatural and not arcane.
It is an unusual creature, but not an unnatural one. Apart, perhaps, from the blighting. They're not supposed to
Who's,
speak.
Someone got a sharp stick to poke this thing with? Just,
Listener holds out his
where's-
fish pole.
Yeah, where's that crazy elf at?
Reconsider.
Van Warren's
The other
he's
crazy
over in the
elf.
corner.
Reconsider the whole crazy elf moniker and reconsider poking with a stick as well as an action. Reconsider.
Van Warren's actually over here.
Reconsidered.
He's really interested in this little spot on the wall right here. Kind of scratching at it. What's this? That's cool.
I go over and look at his shoulder.
I think
Say.
that-
I reconsidered it, and he's crazy.
He's
All right.
scratching
fair
his
enough.
name into the wall. Van Warren was here.
As long
Definitely
as you
crazy.
thought about it, that's the thing. You can't just say all elves are crazy. Okay, it's this one elf. Okay, that there's a distinction. All right.
Tomato, tomato.
I'm trying here.
So
I'm
at this
trying.
point, the weird begins to softly murmur a little tune. Starts to sing, "Trust in me."
Plug my ears. Hey, is the water weird musician? It wouldn't have to be me.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
He's taking class beats.
Roll for initiative while this guy plays the song that makes you do what he says.
All right.
I guess I wouldn't know that because I'm not that class. So I just immediately instinctively like don't listen to whatever he's saying because either he's trying to persuade me subtly, like with my subconscious, or like something else is going on. I don't want to hear what this weird creature is talking about. Like,
So based on your locations listed there on the map, he's locking eyes on Listener right now. He looks very intently at you and says, "Will you take me, brother?"
What the hell?
Listener has had a moment to consider this and to confer with the collective on this matter. And the answer is distinctly no. However, I haven't told the weird that yet.
Uncomfortable. I want to get out of here. Don't like this.
So he's
However, Listener does know a little bit about these, as we discussed last time.
at this.
And I respond to him,
He's leaning.
"Won't you die?"
Not if you carry me correctly.
I know. I know of your kind. You will die if you leave that pool.
I'll die if I stay. I'll die if I leave. But if you carry me in your bucket and not a sieve, I'll be just fine. Just come. Wrap your hands around me. Lift me up out of the pool.
Who the hell's got a bucket?
One sec here. We're gonna do this the fun way. Not the safe way. The fun way.
Like I said, he's stretched. Like you can tell he's kind of straining. He's stretched to capacity.
I have a request, Church. Roll him to persuade me.
Persuasion roll, alright. Let's see.
Ba-dum.
I'm going to actually give him a penalty, though, because he's not right looking.
Because we did spot
Yes.
that pack.
We're going to give him a hefty penalty. Yeah. You're not at all convinced that he has your best interests at heart.
Yeah.
Please, brother.
Re-establishing the mental link with Sugnak. This creature means us ill,
God
and it should not leave
damn,
this
that
place.
creeps me out. I agree with you there, Skippy. I don't think we should leave this definitely should not bring this thing with.
But he blocks our way to the north.
No.
You know, we should be happy he's asking nicely at this point, because the human body is 80% water. He could probably take us by force if he wanted to.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'll make you a deal. I'll
Uh,
make you a deal. I have something you want.
oh no.
Promise me my freedom beyond this place, and I'll give it to you.
Oh. Oh no. What could the water weird have that we need?
What are you keeping? Oh, trapped one.
I'll give you a hint. It dives back down into the water, and waters go still for a second.
It's Jalali, isn't it? Oh no.
Comes back up holding something in its mouth and drops it right in front of the grate, right here.
What is that?
Come see.
My eyes are pretty good. I think I can spot it from here.
Are you gonna? The ledge is in the way right here. The step up, and then it's a step down.
God damn it! I go over there and I
You
snatch
run
it
over
up.
there and snatch it up.
Yeah, everyone, enough of this pussyfooting around.
You roll your little dwarfy butt up there and snatch it. It's Shillelagh's musket.
God damn it! Is it?
It's waterlogged.
Hmm.
You know it's
It's
hers
waterlogged.
because of the Hyverstedian carvings in the wood.
Oh man.
I eyeball this thing suspiciously and say, "God damn it! What'd you do
It
with
appears
her?"
to be grinning at you, but doesn't answer.
I said, "What did you do with her?"
At this point, he leans down right kind of in front of your face and says, "Tit for tat, little man. Tit for tat. A promise is a promise."
What the bloody hell are you talking about? What
Promise
promise?
to take me home to the clean waters outside.
You already killed
What
our
friend?
friend. Well, where the bloody hell did you get this musket
That's
from?
what you wanted.
Where's the person this musket
What
belonged
person?
to? What the hell are you talking about?
It is not in its right mind.
No, it's not.
Strictly speaking, it shouldn't have a mind to begin with.
I slowly step back from
It
this thing
strains to keep up with you.
and kind of a lot. I am just moving ever so slowly. And what's his name can read my mind, right?
If you think it, I can hear you.
What do you think, big guy? You think we could take it?
I'd like to roll on that, Church, if you don't mind.
What are we rolling?
I'd like to make an assessment.
Based on your knowledge of the creature? Okay.
Yes. What shall I give you?
Let's go nature. Ah, very nice.
Not bad.
With the collective data of the hive mind coming together, you know that this is a very powerful opponent if it chooses to be. It's even more dangerous because if this water touches you, you all know already that there will be dire consequences just for touching the water. So a strike from this thing, a physical strike, would not only do its normal ability to harm you, but an additional bonus damage of the taint in the water.
Ah, yes, of course.
Not to mention the possibility that it could grab one of you and pull you in, most likely to your death. Very dangerous.
Then to Sugnak. Such creatures are fearsome already, and this one, its very flesh is the blight. To be touched by the blight is to die.
Yeah, we're talking.
I would not wish to
We're talking
contest it.
politics at Thanksgiving dinner dangerous.
Bloody hell. Well, you got a goddamn bucket.
I have nothing that I would carry this creature in.
Turn around and say, "Honey, you got a big old bucket."
Van Warren goes.
Tempting. Very tempting.
He
All
would
right.
not make it far.
All right, you wait there, flowing one. We need to find something that we could carry in. You got any ideas?
Can I make a suggestion? I don't know. I'm way back here. Can I make a suggestion?
What do you got?
I got all these bottles with oil in them. We can put them in the bottles.
Can you?
That way we can cork the bottles to make sure it couldn't get out without our permission.
Oh, God damn it! She had to say it.
I don't think it would actually fit in a bottle, though, so you're okay. You'd have to take it all in one haul. It would have to be a fairly, wash tub-sized bucket.
You know, Wilhelm's got a bunch of stuff for tinctures. Maybe he's got something.
So, flowing one.
Just
We
make
don't
sure
appear to
it's
have anything on us, but
That's all.
what did you do with
Try
that
it
ladder? I could climb back up. There were definitely some containers at the church outside. We could just grab one of those and haul your ass up.
You want the ladder?
Well, that's only if you want to get out.
There was no ladder. There was a rope.
It was a rope ladder.
You want the rope?
Which certainly help.
And you're going to take me up this rope with you?
Well, I'd have to go up to get the container to come down to carry you.
I see. Sure, just a moment. Sploosh back into the water. Go still for a moment. A minute passes. Two minutes.
Goddamn, this thing's irritating me now.
3 minutes.
So what the hell were we doing over here again? We can't go swimming in that water.
Oh, certainly not.
We just need to skedaddle out of here, right?
And as the 4th minute passes, the water crests in a violent outburst. And
Holy shit!
a large form hurls through the doorway. Missing listener narrowly.
The fastest dodge anyone's ever seen him make.
Connecting quite solid with Sugnak. Okay.
Back up, son. It's not safe in here.
So. Oh, wow. Okay, so a body hurls through the doorway. A large, 6'2" human body slams full into you. The impact does 2 points of damage. but your skin immediately begins to blister and burn as the tainted water just splashes all over you.
It tastes like burning.
For 1 extra point of damage. But it is still searing you. It's in your armor, it's under your clothes, it's on your skin, on your face. It's
If we only had a
starting
medic.
to blister and burn you.
I start to
Alright.
strip.
And Wilhelm, of course, will run up to assist. The weird is sitting in the doorway, leaning in as far as he can, just cackling madly, laughing at your vain efforts to get the blight-tainted waters off your skin. Wilhelm, he's actually stinging his fingers trying to help you. You can tell it's actually blistering his fingertips a little bit as he's helping. Is anyone else doing anything?
We should get out of here.
No shit.
Scared to do shit.
I look at the corpse that's been thrown at us.
I'm gonna go over here.
It's a
My lungs don't work. I probably don't need to be in this room.
It's a large, bald-headed woman wearing leathers in green, facial tattoos. Hey, there's some timing. There's our benevolent.
He's working on that whole microphone
There's our
situation.
benevolent. So, yeah, you immediately recognize the corpse, listener.
As
It's
expected.
blistered and just totally drained and disfigured to the point it's almost unrecognizable. Were it not for the remnants of cloth and clothing still on the body, you probably wouldn't recognize it at all. Welcome, Wilhelm.
Thank you. I was kind of busy.
It's all good.
Of course.
I got distracted
It's all
by
right.
the time.
You're just in time. Sugnak just got a face full of tainted, water-soaked corpse. He's trying to peel his armor and stuff off because he's getting burnt by it. I just had you run over and attempt to help him. So, perfect timing. It is still burning away at you, by the way. Are you stripping completely, Sugnak?
Yeah, until the burning
You're gonna have to
stops.
completely get out of everything.
Then yes.
I'll leave you some dignity. Your underwear can remain.
I go
Oh
commando.
boy. Everybody's make a constitution save. No.
I was about to say, before he does this, Saoirse covers her eyes. She pulls her hood back up.
I keep my front covered with my shield.
He got the clothes off of that dead body. Maybe he would change his clothes to give this big bulky dude something to wear.
Bulky. Been called a lot of things. Never been called
Ben Warren
bulky.
offers to help peel some of the
But
burnt skin off with his dagger if you'd like.
Van
Such a
Warren, don't
helpful
you have
guy.
like a cape or something that would, like an apron,
Oh,
anything?
yeah, just the thing. He reaches into his little belt pouch and pulls out a little scrap of cloth.
I'm so glad I'm not in that room. I'm telling you.
Here,
I'm
This
actually.
this should cover it.
This
This should
I don't
cover
have
it.
to look.
I storm past everyone and go back into this room.
So
And,
you've taken. By the way,
Oh,
Sugnak, you've taken another 2 points of damage in this time from the waters
Okay.
still
I covered my
burning you.
All right, I go back into the other room. I go to one of the The tombs.
The tombs,
Yeah,
which
There to the
yeah,
south.
that's a good ways off.
they're to the south. Oh, I thought they were in here. All right, then God damn it.
Oh.
What was in this room again?
This is the caved in archway, or not archway, but ramp that
Oh.
leads up to that plateau.
I don't. God damn. Did we go up there? What's up there? This thing's seriously.
That was the
pissing me
plateau.
off. And I'm like at this point. I'm just like pacing back and forth, trying to like just grit through the pain.
So
I am holding up a chart with smiley face pictures going to frowny face. On a scale of 1 to 10, where is your
the
pain?
chart.
Oh.
I look at.
Okay. So I've done a good thing.
I take the chart and I pull it out of his hands and tear it up.
I have another chart.
I've
I
done a
believe
thing
in
here.
triplicate.
So the
Church,
you
if
got?
this is okay. So I rolled perception to see if I noticed him
Oh,
in the
yes.
room. And then I rolled constitution to see if I could like save myself from
Nope.
the effects. And then I rolled dexterity to see if I moved
Oh.
fast enough to cover my eyes before I saw him, which fail.
Nope.
So
Yeah.
oops.
So in this room there was it dirty water or
That's
was
where
it
the ochre
mud?
jellies were. It's slightly tainted water, but not enough to hurt you. But remember, there's still a lot of chlorine gas hanging out down there too, so there's nowhere for it to technically disperse to.
In my current state of mind, do I think that tainted water could help wash off some of this
No,
burning
it would
water?
still hurt. It's not clean. It's definitely not
Okay.
clean.
All right.
So another point as time passes. It's still sizzling.
And
you.
I using my alchemist equipment and experience try to create a basic base to neutralize
Well,
the
you
effect
would
on
have
his
to
skin.
wash the affected area, sterilize the affected area, and most likely debride the skin that's been heavily injured. You're gonna have to basically sandpaper the tainted area.
All right, so I'm gonna do this, just because in my mind it makes sense. I'm gonna take my gun, and
Don't do that.
I'm gonna go into the other room,
Do that.
and I'm gonna shoot off a round,
Bam.
and then I'm gonna take
As
the
a
hop,
doctor, no.
and then I'm gonna take the hop barrel, and I'm going to singe where the water is to burn the water off.
I am going to try to stop you, and if that means I have to make a strength check, I will. I'm going to try to grapple you from actually putting the hot gun against you and burning
roll
yourself.
To hit.
It already
to hit.
burns.
All right, well, let's see what.
Basic strength 2 hit.
Yeah, let me.
Strength
remove.
plus proficiency.
If you have a grappling proficiency.
Let me go through my armor. I gotta take that off.
Okay.
All right, so I just get the strength. It looks like I don't think I'm proficient in. I'm proficient in all unarmed and all non-lethal.
Yeah.
So would that
In
count?
that case, you get a proficiency bonus.
All right. So, come on, roll well. Oh, 21.
All right, now make the opposing strength checks, both of you.
Strength check.
All right. So There's the number to beat.
There we go. I was clicking on the wrong thing.
So you manage to get a grip on him, but he wrests away from you and managed to pull away and slap the gun to his chest for an additional 2 damage and then 1 damage from the water burning still. So 3 points altogether now.
Why would you do that? Why? Ooh.
I'm gonna need
swim in that water.
Sugnok. I need you to. I'm gonna help you. I need you to stop moving for a second. And if you can't do that, I'm gonna have to anesthetize you, which basically means I'm gonna have to knock your ass out, and I don't want to have to do that.
Try it, pretty boy.
Interesting.
I am pretty, and I appreciate the compliment. I just want to help you. I'm gonna need you to
Then stop
take
the burning.
I'm going to. First off, I'm gonna treat the wound and try to get as much of the burning off as I can.
So, Van Warren.
I ensure this is taking place some distance from the
Van
water.
Warren is leaned up against the back wall there, just kind of eating something. What? Watching this.
Oh, okay. I get my advantage back for this. I'm gonna assume medicine checks. 23.
I still covered. This
Alright,
is
so
gross.
you're gonna have to, like I said, sterilize the entire afflicted area in order to do this. Are you letting him, Sugnok? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're using
Swearing the entire time.
You're using your sterilization skill, right? Okay.
Yes.
And that was what the medicine check was for, or?
That was to try to get it off, to like remove the thing. I assume this is a multi-step
It is going to be.
process.
So, by the time you get the area cleaned, all right, you're going to take 3 more points of damage, Sugnok. All right. How are you doing on hit points?
It's getting pretty bad.
He's looking really bad. You're still going to have to debride some of the area, which is probably going to be an additional D4 of damage plus 2 for the burn as it's happening.
I asked for listener to come here.
I approach.
You have reached into my mind before. I need you to find me certain items. And I am going to basically try to give him a mental image of what I need to make a poultice.
Interesting.
Have him try to find me the ingredients so I can make it.
Alright, in the meantime, are you...
And I'm going to debride him, yes. And I will use a salve if it would do any good. I don't know if it will, because it's not... Might help with the debrading damage.
Am I nearby?
Yeah, you're right next to him.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. So,
I don't know if I have an ability yet for that, but I was
I
gonna
will
try to
go
run
off
around
in
with
search
her.
of these items.
He walks so slowly. I thought I could go with him. He could like point out what he needs, and I can run over there and get it.
You can assist.
You can.
Yeah.
You read my mind?
I can read your aura. You seem kind of upset.
Actually, he's not. He's calm, utterly calm.
But I'll say this.
Just matter-of-factly not threatening to knock out Sugnok.
Right, so the debridement process. Sugnok, give me a Constitution save, please. Because this is excruciating. 8. All right.
8.
Sugnok begins to wail and scream in pain as you're literally carving chunks of flesh off of him. You're going to take an additional 3 points from this process as well as the burn. So it's another 3 total.
Okay. At this point, I say, enough of this! I'm taking that thing with me! And I grab my gun and I go charging at it. And I'm going to try and tackle it and shove my pistol into its mouth and pull the trigger.
By chance, are we in the way to stop him from
Right
doing
now,
Yeah.
Wilhelm and
Can I-
Sorsha are the only ones in the immediate path.
I'm gonna try
I have
to stop.
I can do. I'm not gonna touch him, but I am gonna.
Well, Genesis, you're
try to-
probably actually over here with Listener, looking for
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Never mind.
Van-
I don't see
Van
that.
Warren's
Do I see
still
that?
somehow eating something, really just intent on this whole show.
He found some lichen.
Do I need to see if I can tell?
Ironically
what I'm
enough,
doing?
that's the liking we need
Probably.
that he's eating.
Probably.
Do I need to roll
Well,
for
I'll let
that,
you
or-
guys roll in a second. Let's see how this pans out. So, Wilhelm, give me a 2-hit roll.
Alrighty.
To help.
You want to assist? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're assisting?
Yes, I'm assisting.
Is it
Already
the song,
done.
or is it just-
What's your
13.
AC right now, Suck?
Ooh.
Without armor, 15.
Still 15. So
15 without armor. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Mm.
Damn.
Well, I can still carry my shield, so...
okay. I'd say that's busting through. He manages to just
Yeah.
like linebacker roll through the two of you, knocking you guys.
Still, just put my shield in front and just like
He kind of
steamroll
knocks
through.
the two of you back and just beelines. What's your movement?
25 feet.
So,
So maybe
you get
about
to
halfway there.
Listener in Genesis, you'll just see Sugnak, naked as the day he was
Just
born,
like
with
steamroll
shield
through
and
everyone.
pistol in hand, barreling through the room, screaming, "Rah!" Yeah,
what?
exactly.
Wait. What?
At this point, like, I'm in so much pain, I'm like screaming incoherently.
This is a weird day.
Indeed.
So, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to try and do something.
Hey, don't do.
Shit. Neither of us are high enough level to have decent mentalist or spiritualist options here. So
Can
we're
we
just
see
kind of
Genesis?
reduced to...
We see Genesis yelling him to do a backflip.
I want to try to use
right.
skill
What you got?
on him. So the empathy thing says that I can use it to gain persuasion, and if successful, require the target to make an additional wisdom save or be incapacitated for 1d4 rounds. This isn't in combat, but
You
I
can
don't know
you can use
if that would
it.
count as like.
You can
or-
use it that way. You can definitely use it that way.
All right. Yeah. So I just want to incapacitate.
All right, you're gonna
myself.
try and overload him
Wow.
with an emotional surge. What emotion are you going to use? Are you gonna try and knock him out with peace? Are you gonna try and terrify him till he go to the point where he just passes out?
I'll read the situation. I understand he's in pain. He's already suffering. This isn't somebody that's my enemy. He's just somebody I disagree with. So, like, I'm gonna think about, I guess for a second, think about my culture and where I was raised and like how happy it makes me to be like living in a world where I can be free to do what I need to do, right? Like,
Mhm.
because the whole thing with Ventrites is they're very liberal, they're very gypsy-esque, right? So something that I would know very deeply is that sort of autonomy, right? So the emotion that I'm trying to send to him, if this isn't too complex for this level 2 skill, you know, and of course, just let me know if it's too much. I'm sending him like a liberty-based sort of a joy.
All right, so you're basically trying to just knock him down with calm and happy thoughts. Basically.
A happiness
The
that gets
feeling
you
of a
like
life worth
revved up,
living.
though. Like listening to any album of AC/DC or Metallica, like you're happy, but like
So
yes,
empowered joy. All right.
Yes, like you got this, you know, like you're gonna be all right.
So let's see. I need a. Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay. Okay. Where is that? All right.
At advantage. At
That's
advantage.
actually pretty good. All right.
If this doesn't work, I want to try one more speaking thing.
Ooh, hey.
So, Sugnak, give me a wisdom save.
A 22, folks.
Yeah. So, give me a wisdom save, Sugnak.
Does this count as a spell-like effect?
No, this is a mental ability.
Okay. Is it a wisdom, you said?
All right.
Nope.
So, Sugnak takes about 2 more steps that way. And then just kind of calms down, smiles real big, and just like goes, "Booyah! What's up?" By the way, take 2 more points of damage as you start to rupture the wound to worsen your struggles.
I'm sorry.
I fall unconscious.
Face plants. Sugnak face plants, unconscious.
A hilarious scene. Like he is busting through angry, then all of a sudden he slows down, gets calmer, stares wistfully, then he's just like, yeah.
Puts 1 foot up, 1 foot on the first step, just face plants on
right on top of his shield.
Slides back down into the center of the floor.
I carefully haul him
Ass
back
up.
to Wilhelm before he dies.
I flatulate a little as you're dragging me.
I don't drag him. That would further damage
so
his wounds.
Before Wilhelm can do anything, as you're being moved, you're unconscious. Give me a death save, please.
Mm-hmm.
That's a failure. All right, we got 1 failure down as they bring you back. Wilhelm, are you going to attempt to do anything?
I am going to attempt to stabilize him to start with. I will start chest compressions. To bring him...
Okay.
So you're pushing on the place where I just put my hot gun.
So,
as this begins, I immediately go off in search of the salve ingredients, by the way.
Okay. So,
I
say again, Genesis?
I'll assist with the stuff collecting. He's like, I hate to say it, but you're a slow mover, guy. We got to get this stuff together.
Right. So, Sugnak, give me 1 more death save.
Oh, I'm dead.
So,
that was a crit failure, so that's 2 points.
I question this because I did roll that stabilization check and got a 22.
Yeah, no, you did get the stabilization, but you were doing chest compressions.
I stabilized him and then went into chest compressions.
Plus, they still had the burning, so it's like it ate through my chest wall.
Well, this was very serious. Like, it was still internally working on him too. Like when I say the tainted water is extremely dangerous, I mean like extremely dangerous.
I picture it as you're doing chest compressions. I go, and then blood. I
Yeah.
cough up,
Yeah.
and my eyes roll back. And
Van Warren immediately begins to go.
Wow. Where is he? Can I hit this guy in the head?
He's still standing back there against the wall. He's
Eating
just,
lichen.
he's just
No,
watching.
I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna go over there. I think he's over here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over here and just cuff him in the back of the head.
Who's
real quick.
Sugnac?
No,
Oh, no, Van Warren's
Warren.
over here.
Just like,
she walks over, grabs me by the hair, lifts the head up, just to whack
Get up.
me.
not you, him. A man is dead. Shut up.
Are you guys gonna use that?
Oh. Oh.
He honestly, at this point, he could take his weapon.
He will.
back.
He definitely will. He's already kind of moving over there.
He's eyeing.
Giving him a look like, are we gonna use that? Behave yourself. Behave.
Well, I mean,
He's a mad elf with no respect for life and death. I'm not sure what you were looking for
plus,
here.
that's some good resources. Look how meaty he is. We haven't had a good
no.
meal.
Don't we have enough souls? No. No. Oh. Oh.
Listener looks back, and if there is a spirit, I imagine he'll notice.
Yeah, you actually see Sugnac standing up and just you can just
Disappointed in him. I thought he could like
the
control
look
himself.
the look
For
that he
once.
is giving Van Warren right now. If looks could kill.
So can I notice he's looking at me? Like, can I talk to
I'll
him?
allow it.
I
So
come
listener-
back over, and I bend down to observe you.
So I actually tell you, it's been an interesting journey. If you could, there's a journal in my bag. Please return that to the headquarters of the Wraith Guard. They need to know this information.
I say, my friend, I'm so sorry that you've ended here. I will take your book for you.
Can I vibe check the room?
Vibes
Yeah.
are negative.
No, nothing. No, because I would have seen everybody's auras.
You see his
before,
just
right?
fading to fading away, basically.
I think I would use that skill because it's my last chance to see his aura. Because
Yeah,
I know he's
you'll see it
dying.
fade.
Like, oh, it makes me so sad.
I have a question
That's
for
it.
you, Church. Spiritualist related
Okay.
question. Have I observed spirits to travel beyond the place where they died, or do they seem confined
No, there's
there?
a lot of variance there. Some of them are caught in endless loops. Some of them are self-aware. Some of them are malicious. Some of them benign. It really just depends.
Since he's never done this before, I try to advise him. Now that you are past, you may see the world if you find the strength for it. It is never the end.
Death is not the end.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, I think.
Rest now. You've laid down your burdens with your flesh.
Be sure to clip the death of Sugnac.
I will secure the journal that he was concerned of.
Van Warren's already rifling through his pack, so you might want to grab it quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back over there and stop him. Stop! Stop it!
But I just...
Stop it!
I'm less aggressive. I say,
Stop.
excuse me, my mad friend. I need this bit.
Get your weapon, and that's it. Stop it.
Can I have it?
I'm gonna grab the
Nice.
rest of the
Can I have
inventory.
the gun? Can I have his gun?
No, 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 no. No, you can't have a gun. No.
So I've secured Sugnak's journal, I suppose.
So now you have 2 corpses.
I want to get his pack before Van Warren gets the firearms. He can have his bone weapon, but no. The rest of this you don't even need. What are you gonna do with this?
What are you gonna do with it?
Shoot people, of course.
I want to do something I don't know if I can do though. I want to see, he has to have like gunpowder in there, right? Does he have like personal effects or anything that would be like very him?
Well, he's obviously gonna have his identification, his badge of the Wraith Guard, his shield, his. I don't know. Do you have anything personal in there, Sugnar?
Probably the most personal thing's the journal. You'll in my bag you'll find my book, which is my journal, ink, pen, of course, because I take a lot of notes. There's some parchment, a little bag of sand, a small knife, an alchemist kit, some calligraphy supplies, my gun shield, some rations, bullets, a dagger, manacles, and a powder horn.
Okay, I take the.
Van Horn's already grabbed the manacles. He's wearing them. He's wearing them on one arm.
He can have the manacles.
New
the dagger,
fashion trend.
and
stylish.
his bone weapon, but I'm gonna take the knife, the bag of sand, a little bit of gunpowder, and I'm going to take my shovel. I don't know if there's any soft ground around
It's
here.
all pretty rocky. I mean, there's the mud underneath the bridge. Or you could just throw them in the water.
If I can dig in that area without getting any of the mud on myself, I do that. Just dig like a tiny little hole.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. You could do that.
Okay. So I dig a hole. I put the things that I would feel are very very Sugnak in there, and that's our culture's burial. If you don't have a body to do things with, you
bury items.
Give them sort of a emotional send off and grieve their passing by putting their personal effects in an area where they passed away.
Works.
We're very gypsy, so we don't really have a funeral per se, but
that works. That's very respectful. See,
right.
Everybody loved you after all.
I'm still doing chest compressions. He hasn't stopped.
Oh, does anybody want to pull the benevolent off his lost patient?
At this point, does my
Oh, your ribs are
cave in?
cracked a little bit ago. At this point, yeah.
The burning.
I will speak to Wilhelm.
He's just beating meat at this point.
Young one, his spirit has left him.
There's always a way. There's always a chance.
Not
Does
in
it
that
need
flesh. Not anymore.
You can feel an echo almost motion from him of sadness and desperation.
Did you say perspiration?
The desperation.
As this is going on, you can hear the weird cackling and saying, "I bet you wish you'd agreed to bring me with you now."
Yeah, that's not gonna fly, honestly.
Shall we try again? Maybe we got off on the wrong foot.
I can turn to the weird and speak to him without getting any closer and without anyone hearing me. You'll suffer as you have, going nowhere. I doubt anyone will come this way anymore.
Well, at least we'll share the same fate.
I am everywhere. I am always free.
You might be, but for right now, you are nowhere. And with that, he sinks back down into the water.
We could seal this off later. Let's get out of here. Because I'm convinced we're going to figure out a way out of here. Even if we don't, who's going to come over here? We were the only ones there when the Somnambulist prophecy was heard in the end, so we're the ones who are out here looking for the answers to that. Who knows, maybe Morikawa will pop up out of nowhere and rescue us from this situation.
Chance's new character is Morikawa back.
Anybody seen that guy, by the way? The one we're paying to protect us?
He dipped out.
Anybody? No? Wow.
Yeah, he dipped out.
I wish I could say I didn't see that coming.
So the real question is,
wow.
Where do you go from here?
Oh,
Because
no.
To the we'll say the south is a dead end where the martyrs' tombs are. Unless you missed something. Back up on the plateau, the only real exit you found was into Castor's Folly, or the remains of Castor's Folly.
This is weird. I mean, who puts a village underground down, way over here without having another point of exit, how do you get supplies into this place, right?
That's a good question.
You gotta have different routes to get in here and out of here. I mean, even if the guy was evil and built a town down here to protect these people, you have to have a way to get I'm too sad to finish that sentence.
Okay, so first things first. Obviously need the ability to heal. I'm going to create a list of items. I want you all to help me find them so I can generate items. So I can generate things to heal the party. Agreed?
Didn't we just do that?
Yes, you two were helping me. Sorsha, can you assist? I will help as well. I'll look. Hopefully I can get some stuff so in case of emergency we have a prepared stash.
I think our benevolent is getting a little manic in his desperation.
That's not too unusual.
Benevolent is shutting down and becoming completely work-like. That is how he's dealing with it. Bam, 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 bam. Here's the list of things. We deal with it now.
So
no
I'd say
emotion.
give me three advantaged nature checks.
Try not to think about the tears that are in your inventory.
So listener and Genesis don't find anything. Alright, so Sorsha.
Sounds about right.
Sorsha finds enough for 2.
Wow.
One more from the dock
the cave.
himself. So okay, you find enough for 4 altogether. Various lichens, molds, and fungi.
Okay, I am going to make a couple of poultices.
Okay.
And 2 salves. Because poultices will be do I think those would be very more helpful against the damage that was caused by the water weir?
Yeah. Definitely.
I have a question on a molecular level. Not that this makes any science sense, so you can just tell me if I'm stupid.
Good.
Water and oil don't
Correct.
mix, right? What if we just dipped ourselves in oil?
Well, it would have to be a real thick coat that wouldn't slide off.
A viscous grease.
And you'd still have to be able to breathe.
Well,
But no, that's not a dumb question. Not a dumb question.
I raise a finger to mention this to Wilhelm, and then I lower the finger slowly. Never mind.
It's 10:15.
Several false starts.
Do we take our break?
We can. This might be a good spot to take our break and process our grief. A moment of panic. A moment of... Oh, hey, preacher. Thanks for joining us. We are actually just about to take a real short break. It's our union-sanctioned break for replenishing of beverages and the unloading of where they store. But we will be back very shortly. So stick with us. We'll see you guys in a moment. right. And we're back. Welcome back. So, on the heels of the terrible loss of our lovely dwarven companion, Sugnak, the party is recouping and regathering materials for the benevolent healing herbs and lichens and fungi. I think we left off on the question of where do we go from here?
I need to get away from the waterway. We need to step back and we need to recoup. We need to take time and rest. It can find us things to sustain us down here. Say we go away from this and we make camp, we rest and regroup. None of us are in a condition to step into anything, to go farther, depending on what we encounter. We make camp. We'll find us something to eat. I can take all the stuff you guys found and turn it into actual usable materials.
Genesis is looking at listener for like, what do you think? Like, you're the one with Dungeon Delver, right? Like, you've been leading us this entire time. Like, that has not changed. And I'm not for a second gonna act like I don't know that you had the tears in inventory and you didn't use them. I'm not for a second acting like I forgot that fact. Me? No.
Uh-oh.
No.
How
No.
much of that is you talking to yourself, and what do you actually say to listener?
I'm just looking.
There's an important
correct
distinction.
What we're actually gonna do, because he doesn't has not yet to this juncture joined, like, decided to be the leader of this party. You can't just put your foot down and get your way. All right, we have a leader.
No, we don't.
We don't. That's the problem. None of us have a leader, and
You were
this
the
is
one who
how
opened
he's
the door,
reacting.
though.
You are more than welcome to argue with him. Do it.
Nah. I don't even care enough about that right now. Like, that's why I wrote my Constitution save, because I was just like, how am I gonna deal with this? Because we didn't get along, sure, but he's dead now because of circumstances that were, I'm not gonna say beyond your control, because they weren't.
If you look at listener inquisitively and make no further statement, he'll just say to you, "Would be better to be away from this place.
Good enough for me.
There's
let's do it."
always time to examine it more."
Yeah, that's what the con save was for, because determining who's gonna deal with it.
So where do we go from here?
And I'm just saying that, like, I rolled a 20, so I'm dealing with it well, I guess.
Are you guys wanting to set up camp here at the base of this incline?
Oh, certainly not.
It seems a bit close with the cackling and all.
Well, he sunk back down into the water.
He is
Yeah.
the water.
True.
Yeah.
True. Hopefully he
I
hasn't
don't know,
mutated to the
man.
point where he could slither out of that hole.
I
Listener
wouldn't trust
makes
to be
his
anywhere
Maybe he'll
near
coat
it.
himself in oil.
Back towards
Never said that.
the plateau that the village was on,
Do you want to head back to?
and gestures for
Do you want to
others.
actually head towards the village,
It's-
or just back to the plateau?
At least up to the plateau.
How about not the village?
There's a real cozy mushroom grove.
So comfortable, you just take a great nap.
Stop.
Listener is aiming for just the other side of the archway, where the scholar's corpse and
So the
spirit were.
excavation spot where Van Warren is right now. Okay.
Exactly. If the others follow, good. If it takes him a minute, that's fine. He can wait.
I'll be following listener.
Now remind me, Church, is this area, like, open to the sky? Is this literally a plateau?
No, it's an underground plateau. This.
All right, so we're in a
vast
cavern.
cavern.
Listeners just looking up for any hint. Actually don't know what time it is now. I don't know that anybody actually knows what time it is.
The only one that really had any underground potential skill would be Sugnik. Him being a dwarf.
You know what one of the benefits of being a collective hive
Find out
mind
what
is?
time it is.
Plenty of my appendages are above ground and nearby. I query whoever was near reasonably to tell me what time of day it is outside.
It is evening. Late evening.
This is a long shot, but I'll be looking up towards the roof of the cavern for any sign of starlight coming through.
Other than the occasional glimpse of phosphorescence, like algae and lichens that have formed in the moisture up there, no, not really. I mean, you can tell it's probably a good 60, 70 feet, ranging, depending. There's a lot of mineral deposits hanging down. Stalactites, that type of thing. But you don't see any movement, at least not with your eyes. Or your, visual acuity, as it were.
Alright then. Well, I continue doing that until everybody's kind of gathered around.
It appears like everyone's there. And then there were 5. So we're here at the excavation site. You guys should still have that visual, and I can pop it up if you need me to again. The remains of the scholar. You still see his spirit down there whittling away. So you guys gonna want to camp here?
I wonder if anybody's tried asking this scholar if there's a different way out of here. I mean, he's smart, right? Like,
well, more than smart, he made his way in.
Yeah, maybe there's an alternate entrance that we could use that doesn't involve this water. Or maybe he has like a workaround for how.
According to
we
the notes, he came in the same way you did. And not to point out the obvious, but he didn't leave.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that.
It's not a bad idea.
Maybe since he's a real smart, figure out like he could talk to Wilhelm and they could like talk about hydrophobic fluids and yada yada yada.
It's not a terrible idea.
Let me see, my intelligence score is a 15. Yeah, hydrophobic is a big enough word for me to use. Good. Okay. We're good. Just double checking that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're gonna need some way to get over the water and up, so. Maybe I can sit on top of this rock and look at the scrolls that we've got from the big science, from the big science hoard of documents that were in that thing. Maybe one of them talks about like water and such.
It may be wiser to rest before we seek our exit.
Do you guys want to take a rest?
Take like 3 seconds to read the first paper, and I see wherefore and for which, and I'm like, nah.
I'd like to see if I can find food for everyone.
Okay. Where are you searching?
General area, see if I can find edible. No, they're not gonna be the best, but
I'll give you a chance. This one's gonna be a little more difficult though. I need a survival roll.
Don't go near the mushrooms.
Survival.
There's a stake in the mushroom grove.
18.
There's a stake in the mushroom grove. You'll find some real scarce edible lichens that can be scraped off the rock and boiled down into like a paste. They're disgusting. They taste horrible, but it's enough basic nutrient to get you by in a pinch.
We'll try to paste.
You make some paste.
I'm gonna make some paste.
Anybody gonna eat paste with the good doctor?
I mean, for all intents and purposes, we should still have some rations left.
This is true.
I'll take some rations.
I don't know where we left the rations.
Well, I think somebody took Sugnacks.
I hate to say this, but were they on the donkey though?
We would have taken our rations down.
Who are you calling
Yeah.
a donkey?
I don't think. First of all, what donkey do you mean? Because
The ones we rented.
We have
Yeah.
some rather stunning donkeys.
We have donkeys that we left at the beginning of the
oh, yeah, I don't think we would have left them because we didn't bring them
Yeah,
down
no,
here.
they got left
you
up
know?
top. They.
We wouldn't bring our food, right? I mean, I have.
No, you guys have
mine,
your stuff. You guys have your stuff.
And
Okay.
yeah.
But that's fine. I mean, by eating the paste, you're saving rations.
Yeah. All right, I'll join you in this paste
So we
consumption.
got 2 people eating paste.
Why not?
I will try to season it as best as possible.
Not too spicy. My lungs are broken, so.
Van Warren will, of course, watch what you're doing and point out, like, we just left like a full-grown dwarf back there, right?
Give him the stink eye.
Just saying. He would have wanted
Stop
you
it.
to do it.
Stop it. Stop.
Highly questionable.
Stop.
So, I will say this: your rest, if you want to take a long one.
I think that's the general plan.
Yeah.
A long rest will
Do-
replenish 1 hit point for anyone missing any. 1.
One.
Unless anybody
One.
has an active salve or poultice or
Oh.
something on them.
The only one who,
Right.
yeah, would have been Van Warren.
The 1d4, I think.
1d4 plus 2.
3. So let me mark his.
I will use 1 on myself, and then I will also try to see if I can get more stuff too. Yeah, I'm gonna use 1 of them on myself.
Update Van Warren's sheet there. All right, so
Okay.
there you go. You got the good one.
Would anyone else like 1? Thanks to you, I've got a couple more that I can actually use.
Anybody else wounded?
I would like to inform you that I don't need one because I'm back to full health
Nice.
after this.
Probably use one. I've got a few cuts and scrapes.
There you go.
I'll use 1 of them on you, yeah. I will treat you with that. You may have a salve.
So get your d4 roll for that one as well.
Okay.
1d4 plus 2.
roll that
Oh,
one.
You can. Whoever.
Oh.
I'm not particular.
Figured you'd want to roll for yourself.
There you go.
Okay.
6. That's a good roll.
All right.
Here we go.
Yeah. I was only missing like 2 hit points,
you
but
go.
I'm back to full.
All right. So the rest, I was about to say the night, but the rest will go uneventful. Nothing tries to eat you in your sleep or lull you into being eaten. Of course, the stark realization of your situation and recent events hits you full in the face as everyone wakes or regains sentient cognizance as a singular individual.
I only do a little of that. In fact, I don't think I sleep.
You can kind of go dormant, but you're still aware. You just stop moving.
I do a little bit of that to conserve my energy.
And you are starting to feel the neglect of the lack of sun.
The lack of sun. I'm hydrated, I think, because I took the dip in the pool to get in here. And then I've consumed both of my flasks down here.
You're definitely still hydrated, but you're starting to feel the lack of sun. Like it's almost like a shortness of breath occasionally. Nothing serious yet. If a plant could experience shortness of breath every now and then, that's what you'd be feeling.
Oh yeah, that's me.
I ask if I noticed.
I don't think you would. There's no facial expression or anything there, so because no face.
No face.
Fair.
So unless he tells you,
Because that was kind of.
or feels panicky, which I don't think we're there yet.
Oh, I feel like listener could last a good long time finding a way out. He's very slow, you know. This is probably not the first time it's happened.
Especially not within the hive.
I will use a portion of the rest period to explore around the borders of the plateau here, looking either for traces of Morikovic, who has indeed vanished as far as we're aware, or other exits.
You'll find no trace of Morikovic here. The plateau where the mushroom grove is pretty much an isolated area. You're welcome to move your token around the borders to take a look. That's the bridge to Caster's Folly. And of course, you have no worries there. Now, I will say where you're standing right now, looking out this way, across the water, you see that you guys made it to the front of this building but never passed it. And there is a continuation of this plateau behind it.
All right, I note this down to tell the party when they awake. Does it seem... Obviously, my vision is quite limited, but does it seem to continue on for some ways?
Not a long
alongside
ways,
the
but there's something large down there. Not necessarily something organic, some sort of structure maybe. It's hard to tell in the dark.
I have noted it. I continue on. I give a wide berth to the shack.
Shack's up here, so you're good so far. Alright. Hand back.
He's so slow, this probably took like 3
took a while.
hours.
Definitely took a while, but you make it back. You have any words for the party, or?
Are they
I would
awake?
say by the time you get back, you time it out just right.
Right. To Genesis, then. We should continue through the village, the dead village, across the other side. There is something further to the south. It may lead us back to daylight if we have fortune.
Okay. Well, all right. I'll get myself together and head over there.
All right. And the rest of the group?
Rest of the group heard nothing.
You just see me start to stand up and direct myself towards where listener just said we should go.
I go on to the other three, Van Warren included, and relay roughly the same message.
Just wake up, look at him, nod, and start standing up.
All right.
Like, all right.
Well, once Saoirse hears it, she's standing up too.
Wilhelm, are you with him? Okay.
I'm with him.
So we're headed back to town, I guess? All right, then.
Yes.
In that case, let's go back to town.
I make my slow and plodding way back over
Now,
there.
I did, just for ease of use, you'll notice the houses that you did search, I tacked a text description on. The ones you did not just have question marks, just for ease of use, like I said. So you know where you're going.
I'm afraid that this map is still just borked for me, and I've no.
You still can't see anything?
I still can't freely move my token. It just ceases updating the moment I try.
Weird. Well, here, I'll move it for you. Where do you want to go? Whoa.
Here it would be to the west, I suppose, where I was looking
yeah, actually,
before.
The house right below you, right here, was you were looking at the backside of it from across the water.
This border that appears to be here, is this a stone wall, or is it the
That's
more
a drop
water?
off
What is
into
it?
water.
Okay. Party, what have you
They're
done?
exploring.
I want to know what the big building listener pointed out.
That's the south, all the way west and to the south. That would be building number 11.
Can I see what this is over here?
Let's see here. Where are you? Okay. Oh, you want to explore
Indeed.
buildings?
I just want to see what it is.
Okay.
I don't really want to go in there. I just want to see what it is.
All right. It's
Those are related activities.
the building that you're in front of right now. The door frame shattered. It's wide open. Inside is the large chitinous skeletal remain of one of these strange-looking creatures that it appears to have died smashing through the door to get at whatever was inside.
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay.
No, thanks. I don't know what that means, but I don't like it. Just
All
gonna
right.
get
Is
out of here.
everybody going?
Yep.
Building number 11 here.
So number 11. We're at.
We came here to
Are you
look
guys
at.
checking out the building or just trying to push past it?
The building itself would be what listener looks at first. He's indiscriminate in his search. But let me roll you
Okay.
a stealth check. Oof.
Ghost of Sugnak. All right.
Just highly
You
visible
must have picked
today.
up some mud and dirt.
I'm just like coated in debris.
So
I like looking windows anyways.
from what it looks like, this may have been like a warehouse or a storehouse of some sort. It appears to have been hit the hardest, or perhaps maybe the first in the onslaught. The doors are splintered, the walls are torn apart and gouged. It's pretty rough looking. You said you're looking in windows?
Yes, if there are any to look through, or an open door.
Yeah, there's lots of
available.
openings. So basically, inside there, you see some spirits if you're looking for that. There's about 5 spirits that you can see. They seem like they're the type that are replaying their death on loop. It looks like for a moment they're stocking shelves, taking inventory, that type of thing, and then the next, this violent assault just rips through the building. Like you just see them flying and gripping wounds that aren't actually bleeding anymore by some unseen assailant. You do see one of them run up to what was a set of stairs and start to pull at what appears to be a rope. She pulls it with all her might, and as she does so, she turns and screams as something comes at her, pulling her down to the ground. Where she fell is a large iron bell, which appears to have crashed down from atop the building and landed on the skeletal remains of one of those large creatures.
I take in the scene for a moment, and then if there was an open door, I step through into the building.
Okay, yeah, you step in. There were stores. You can immediately sense it as you breach the entry and move the dust. There was food in here at one time. It's long since rotted and turned to dust for the most part.
Not being too concerned with supplies himself, listener pushes through to the back of the building.
Better get us on screen here. So we're going straight through to the back, huh?
That's me. I mean, the party's probably doing stuff.
Is everyone following suit? Yeah?
I am.
Alright. Well, in that case, let's move on.
Oh.
On the map, and I don't think I have my light anymore.
And this map does the same thing. Let me see if it fixes it with a refresh.
Yeah, let me give you there you go. I believe you have, yeah, you have your light now. Okay.
Yeah.
Genesis, you have a light source too, don't you? Alright, so I will say this before you guys move too crazy. Here we go.
There's a lot of skeletons.
There are a lot of skeletons. Let me show you what you're seeing as you approach, because it's actually giving off a strange bit of light. Alright, so the side of the peninsula that you're on ends in an enormous cavern opening that you can see kind of pulsating in the distance. The ground in front of it is just littered with humanoid skeletal remains of all sizes, easily 24, are here. Like, it's just littered. The maw of the cave opening is enshrouded by a thick, writhing mass of void energy, and further obscured by slowly swaying tendrils that hang precariously from the top of the entryway. You notice immediately that all of the skeletons are facing away from the cave, and that the negative energy seeping from the crack in the earth have soaked into them, coloring them all the shade of pitch and ash. Just visible at the edge of the swirling mists, you see the figure of a woman kneeling and softly sobbing into her hands.
Do I see this figure, or does everyone see this figure?
Everybody. As far as what you see, the spiritualist, this is a cacophony of spirits. Like, they're all in a panic, as if trying to escape from something behind them, and all being grabbed and thrown to the ground and dragged back into the negative energy. Give me a perception roll, if you would, please.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There you go.
There is one that looks out of place here, one of the spirits. It's a man in very rich-looking robes, and on his chest is an emblazoned tabard with a series of skulls in a cross formation across his chest. 4 skulls. He looks confused and lost and kind of wanders right at the edge of the opening, like he's looking for something. Well, so he's in the midst of all the panic. He's just kind of wandering like he's looking for something, and you notice the crest on his chest. It looks familiar.
4 skulls and a cross, you say?
Everybody else does see the weeping woman.
He's at the edge of the mist.
So I'm gonna roll in.
Yeah, don't think that I trust.
Yeah, she's right about here.
This whole situation is weird.
You can see a little pulsing glow. Here, how about this? I'll actually put a little light source so you can see. Alright, so yeah. You should see that now, right? Yeah.
Purple glow, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, right at the edge of that, you see it.
I, the player, am struggling to recall where I've seen 4 skulls in a cross formation. Therefore, I would like listener to try to recall where he has seen 4 skulls in a cross formation.
Yeah. That's no problem.
I don't think Zindel had a crest, and I don't think 4 skulls was Carrick's cross or any of that.
I'll give it to you. It was the skull puzzle on the door to the Martyr's Rest. It was four skulls in a cross pattern.
Oh, okay. I thought they were in a line.
No, they were in a cross pattern.
All right. The gears are turning.
This one's all you, clearly, because I don't need.
Well, I mean, others would struggle to see him in particular.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out this lady over here.
You guys do that for do some things with the lady. Don't let listeners steal the show. He's slower than all of you by half.
I halfway don't even want to go over here because I know like either she's crying because she's lost something because of whatever is in that thing
Well, I'll
that's
say
radiating.
before you go any
or
further, as you're
her
stepping
crying.
into this, you're literally crunching bones of skeletal remains
Not a fan.
ranging from this big to full-grown human-sized. And
It is only like 50 feet.
I need you
shout.
to give me a perception check, Genesis.
Oh no. Oh no. Where's my character sheet? I refreshed my screen and now it's gone. Alright, perception. Let's see. That's normal, right? Ooh.
All right.
I guess
Your
that doesn't suck.
your extrasensory abilities, for some reason, right here feels like you're just a raw nerve exposed to the air right now. It's like you have this overwhelming sense of pain and fear and dread and hate and anger and hunger, and it's just overwhelming you right now. It's like 1,000 people asking you questions at once, and they're all different questions.
Okay. Ugh. All right. I gotta find. Could you stop? Hey. Oh. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You may want to put on your mask.
Yeah, I'm trying to. They're just. Wait. Okay. Could you? Could you stop? Okay. No. Yes. No. Stop. Look. Stop it.
Yeah. This is River Tam on the planet Miranda.
Okay.
Speaking to them all.
Dear God, make me a stone. So yeah, you can tell like she's having a real adverse effect to being here. Struggling to get her peace-bound mask on to close her senses off so she's not so overwhelmed.
Yeah, this is much. I knew it. A lady crying underground is never a good thing. Ugh. Alright, okay. I think maybe I got the ties done. I'm gonna just double check knots here and okay, alright. Ugh. Alright.
So
What made me choose to do this? Poor decision making. I could have stayed home.
my goodness.
I could have just stayed at the inn. I don't know why I left. No one there knew me. Why would I leave?
There we go. Let's try that again. Just for a point of reference. She's just kneeling there, hands over her face, just sobbing. You can all hear it every now and then. The little sobs, little cries, little whimpers from time to time.
I'm just gonna stay over here. Stay over here and be healthy.
I feel like I've made you guys very paranoid.
I am patiently waiting. Listener is going to sit right here until everybody else has done at least one thing.
I'm just gonna sit here and be healthy. Just gonna sit here and be healthy.
Going to slowly tiptoe closer, very cautiously. I don't want to get too near the
So
thing.
once again, bones crunching under your feet, kind of as you go. I know you're trying to pick around them. As you grow closer, like you can just feel the pulse of the negative energy starting to like push at you, and it's like it's pulling the life out of you slowly.
I'm going to back up. But what can I tell from, like, the lady?
Well,
What can I tell about her?
give me a perception roll as you got closer than most so far. Okay. It's hard to say. Like she looks like some poor lost woman who's stuck, maybe.
The edge of negative energy that feels like it's slowly sucking the life out of me. I don't feel like I trust that.
Maybe you should just let Wilhelm boldly run in to rescue her.
Wilhelm is going to, if no way. I was just waiting until they all had a turn.
I don't. I'm not quite sure about that. The closer I got to the entrance to the cave, I felt like the negative energy emanating from it was sucking the life out of me. There's no way that that woman could be living.
I'm not going over there. I'm sitting over here. I'm gonna stay healthy. I'm just glad I have working lungs. I'm gonna stay healthy. May not be a musician, but I can rock a tune every now and then.
Now that everybody's done a thing, I actually move towards the wandering, sort of robe-bedecked figure spirit. And I don't think, I'm not sure we ever actually resolved this. It's kind of unclear. Can I just talk to spirits while they're spirits? Or do I have to use the spectral invocation and converse with them once they're in my mind?
It depends on the spirit. Sentient spirits, you could potentially converse with. But the standard ones that you normally see probably wouldn't acknowledge you at this point.
I'm at a high peak of visibility right now. So, I mean, how close is this guy to the void energy? What happens as I approach him?
Are you still having trouble with your token?
Oh yeah, the map is totally fucked.
You have a light source now too, don't you?
Yeah, I should. I do have one.
Do this. There we go. So I'll move you up here so you can kind of see.
Appreciate it.
All right. So, there you go.
Did I zoom off into the abyss?
So there you go. She's here. Oh.
Yeah, I don't really know what it is.
It's a weird one.
Is it causes this?
That's all right. I'll move you if you want. You want to move forward towards her?
I will approach the spirit with the cross of skulls emblazoned on his chest, rather than her. He's more
right
interesting to me.
So you approach him?
Yeah, unless I begin to feel the life being drained from me by void energy.
You can feel
you
it.
know?
It's not hurting you yet, but you can feel it. It's like your energy is getting drained. You'd be wary to go much further than where you're at right now.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark here He's got the skulls. I'm going to reach out to him telepathically, as I am wont to do, and inquire, are you Asterius?
At the mention of his name, he immediately becomes visible to everyone. Like the apparition materializes visibly, and everyone can see him.
Whoa!
He looks over at you, and then disappears, and reappears within a second, directly in front of you.
Okay.
He looks.
Well.
He looks at you, listener, and it's almost like he's looking into you. This is a little weird, and the hive mind just went silent, like they're watching in bated anticipation. You see him mouth the words, "Thank you," and he lifts an open hand up to you, and sitting in his palm is a small key, a golden key.
Oh.
I reach out.
And the doorman resting there. Wow.
I accept the key. And I ask, what is your story?
As you take the key, he smiles and fades away.
Listener is deeply frustrated that he didn't get to learn more.
You are holding the key still.
I examine it.
It's a very simple
artifact.
key. It lacks any embellishment in its design whatsoever, except for the word ingress etched into one side and the word egress etched into the other.
Come closer.
Okay. You're starting to feel the pull. It says not hurting you yet, but it does not feel nice.
What is that? What?
I'm curious now.
And as the two of you walk up there, the woman stands up. She still has her face in her hands. She's still crying audibly. The sobbing is getting louder, and she begins to move towards you. Nothing fast. Just kind of moving slowly along.
Backing
Listener,
away.
you standing?
I would like to very rapidly examine the woman. I wish to see if I sense the same threat from her that I felt in several places here under the ground in this ancient temple to a long dead goddess.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Alright. Is that an advantage or just rolling at an advantage?
Let me check. I don't remember if perception is counted under the things I have advantage on. Probably not. It's knowledge-based skill checks. I don't think perception is really a knowledge-based skill check.
She's just moving along slowly, crying. I mean, she looks really kind of pathetic and helpless.
Can I try since I'm over here?
Well, remember, you have your peacebound mask on right now, so can't see. You can still reach out with your mental abilities. If you want to try. What do you want to do? So it's just like,
kind of...
yeet.
Just backing up. I don't trust it.
What are you reaching out with, Genesis?
I want to vibe check the room again. Not that this is a room per se, but you know, hey, amidst all the dead and undying.
You going for an aura read?
What's her? Yeah.
All right.
Just
Her aura is not only black, but it has sweeping tendrils that seem to be clutching at listener right now.
Hey, you might want to back up.
Hey, I'm no fool. I'll start backing up. Somebody
All
tells
right.
me to.
As you back up, as you begin to back up, she begins to move a little more rapidly. So I'm gonna move listener back here. She begins to move a little more rapidly. Everybody give me a perception check real quick here.
Luck point.
Luck point's probably a good move.
Alright, Sorsha.
A little better.
Sorsha, even from back there, with the light behind her pulsating, that purple glow, you notice that her feet are not actually touching the ground. She is drifting along.
I point this out to everyone as much as I can hear.
Alright, is everybody beating tracks here?
I am like at the building now. I'm going to enter back through the building.
Goodbye.
Are you guys gonna jet? You gonna run?
Yeah, there's a lot of blighted creatures that are kind of shitty to deal with. The collective is aware of these. I'll pass, you know?
Okay.
Boop. Hey, I just ran into the wall.
Alright.
No big deal.
So,
Boop.
if everyone is in agreement that we're running, Wilhelm.
I think so.
will let them all go in front of me, but I will back up. But I will make sure that they're all moving before I am.
So you've got this pathetic, sobbing woman in front of you. You running away from her?
I will back up, keeping my eye on her.
Natural, come on.
I will back up, keeping my eye on her, speaking calmly. We mean you no harm.
Wilhelm, run!
It's black. And it has tendrils.
It means nothing to Wilhelm. You can even say the word. She has black aura. He's just gonna be confused. He's making sure that you're all safe, and he's not getting close to her, but he's trying to keep so he's moving at the same speed she is. Not
Don't
letting
let
her
the
get any
blight
closer.
creature run!
Get away.
Get away. So everyone's yelling at you to run.
Move. Again, keeping an eye on her, back quickly, but trying to making sure she doesn't get any closer, but making sure that I don't pass anybody else up, including listener, who is slower than I am.
At double speed, he's about your normal walking pace.
So if everyone is beating tracks to get away from this poor woman who just wants your help, she's gonna basically speed up to about a 30-foot per round movement. Are you guys gonna?
I've been doing.
Yeah, no, you're gone. You're gone.
30's about my limit.
Is if everyone is running.
I will keep listener's pace. I am not out running away from listener. I will move with it.
So she's pacing you, you and listener. So at this point here, I'll switch you back, just so we have the visual. You guys will come around that building back into Castor's Folly. The rest of the party is beating tracks basically. Listener and Wilhelm are lagged behind, and she's kind of keeping pace, she's probably a good 30 feet away from you guys right now. Not gaining at this point though, steadily just crying into her hands.
Yeah, I'm going across a bridge, like slowly, playing Built Upon Rubble. You know, just normal pace, only person
Wait,
going across the bridge right now,
Let me
just
stop you there, because
carefully.
Genesis just walked out on the bridge with you.
Ha ha ha.
Wait, what?
um.
Okay, now I go.
Okay. No, it didn't break. So you guys are all going across the bridge. Is that the plan?
She is moving the same speed as listener, correct? Actually, I tell listener to head straight for the bridge. I am going to, right here, see if I can get her to follow me around the back, so that basically I am going to, if she can take the long way with me, and then I'm going to try to outpace her.
Okay.
Once I give listener time to get away.
She does follow you.
Okay.
I'll make pretty good time.
All right. So,
relatively speaking,
she's following you right now, Wilhelm. Listener, are you going to beat tracks for the bridge?
oh yes, this seems like quite a reasonable plan to me.
All right. So, Wilhelm, are you keeping tabs on her?
I am keeping tabs on her. I'm not moving any faster than I need to make sure she doesn't gain up any space. I am basically trying to move back and buy listener time.
Wilhelm, do you have a light source? So you're in the dark.
Ooh.
I am. Wilhelm is more concerned about other people.
You'll have no trouble making your way over. Wilhelm,
I will trust you to move me. This is another bad map.
I need you to. Goodness, I need you to make me 3 successive dexterity checks, please. As you trunch off into the dark.
All right.
Keeping a brisk pace.
This is
in the
how
dark,
I
should say too.
This is how I die. This is how I die. Do I even need to roll the next 2?
All right.
The 9.
That's a stumble. You get back up on your feet, and you don't fall back down. However, you can just sense that she's very close behind you. Do you want to look?
I'm going to keep moving. And once I'm up on my feet again, I will look back. But once I'm moving.
Okay. Of course, obviously nobody else can see this, but Wilhelm, as you look back, all you can see are these 2 baleful, burning, glowing eyes as she has removed her hands from her face. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. 16.
Do you have any type of bonus whatsoever you can add to that? Okay.
No.
All right. We will come back to you.
If this is how he dies, it's fitting the character. He would sacrifice himself to let other people
Listener,
live.
you reach the bridge, and Wilhelm is not there. He should have been able to meet you there if his plan had worked. He is not there.
My telepathy has decent range. I would reach out to him.
What is the range?
Expecting a response. I don't know. It's not written down.
Good question. 222. Let me make a note of that.
I think if it's in line with like standard telepathy abilities in the base game, it would be like 120 feet.
All right. Well, I'll say this: you're not getting. Well, 120 feet sounds good. for other races other than your own. You're not picking up anything. Not at this range.
I don't even get a contact.
He's
from
out of
him.
your range. Or dead.
I will approach the path that he took. He went around the back of the buildings, like here-ish,
No.
right?
He actually went north.
Which way did he go?
When you went east. He went around the back of Zendel's study.
Oh no! I'll move towards that way, continually trying to re-establish communication with
and the
him.
rest of you see Listener at the edge of the bridge.
It's mental energy.
The rest of you see Listener hit the edge of the bridge and then turn around and go back.
Listener!
The doctor has not arrived.
Alright, so you start...
As I approach, does anything
Are you
happen?
moving northwest or...
Yes, to the northwest in a sort of that way
Right, so when you
direction.
get to about here, you start getting a ping. He's not responding to you, but you can tell he's there. Is anyone else doing anything as Listener trots off into the darkness?
Hey, where are you going? Wait, you gotta get
You're
out.
out of range of me now. The last thing you would have heard is what I responded to Sorcerer with.
I'm just like shouting for no reason, like, "You gotta get out of here. Hey, maybe you want to go."
They began to move, I assume, towards Wilhelm, because he was not here. They expected Wilhelm to be here.
Well, I'm not going back over there, so
So is anyone doing anything?
Just me for the moment.
I will say that
we're gonna have to
Van
go
Warren
back.
charges up to join you. Because he's curious.
That feels like a Van Warren sort of thing. And he's got his
yeah,
big
he's feeling
saber
much more
now.
confident now. So he's following you, though. He doesn't know where you're going.
If I spot him at my side, I will tell him, we seek the doctor.
So you guys aren't sure exactly where he's at right now. I'm going to say this. No metagaming. Wilhelm.
Yes.
When you saw that pair of eyes, you were immediately overcome with love and concern for this creature. Like you just wanted nothing more than to put your arms around this creature and comfort her. Which you immediately did. She wrapped her arms around you as well, burying her face in the nape of your neck, almost lovingly, doing a point of damage as she begins to drain your life. Please make a Constitution saving throw. All right.
10.
Please reduce your hit point total temporarily by 1. On top of the damage that you took. All right.
Okay.
So, back to Listener and Van Warren. Where are we going from here?
I will continue moving in the general direction that started to uncover the pings until I have visual on him, basically, until I can see the doctor.
Northwest, west, or southwest? That way?
Through that opening and around the building.
So we'll get you back there. Wilhelm.
And obviously, my map's still not actually updating.
All right. Well, Wilhelm, give me another con. Okay. Drained for another point. And
Wait, did you say my draining con?
This is your hit point total going down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Then yes, I'm doing that correctly.
Yeah.
It just took me a moment.
Okay. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Still no sign of him where you're at right now. You can see the edge of the rock. You're on the north face of Zendel's study.
I'll proceed towards the south from
Through
here.
The front or south through across the back? Okay,
Across
so
the
you start
back.
making your way. All right. Another con save, please. Wilhelm.
Before she started moving, I was about to ask
Oh,
Listener
You managed to resist. You managed to resist the drain at this point. And since you got such a smashing success, I'm going to give you another wisdom save.
That's a pretty strong save.
Oh. You haven't quite broken out of the empathic lure that she snagged you with, but I'm going to give you one more chance to break it next round because that was such a good roll. Technically, there is no breaking it once it's hit you, but I'm giving you a chance. We're working through some tweaks. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, listener, you're going around 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right.
The limit of my movement.
So at this point, both of you can see Wilhelm embracing a woman lovingly at the southern end of the house down here. So you guys are here. They're down here holding one another lovingly. Van Warren wants to know if maybe you guys should give them some time.
Listener is not an expert in emotions, but he knows this is a little weird.
All right, so Wilhelm, one more con save.
I will try quite strongly to reach his mind.
Another 20. Look at that.
It was.
I'm going to give you the one more wisdom save, like I promised.
Oh, natural one.
No, you're lost in her. You're just in love at this point. She's family at this point. All right, listener, you take the lead. Van Warren will follow.
All right.
Give me the key, but she started moving.
Exciting things get to happen now. Do they respond as I approach? Because I do approach.
You're approaching?
Yes. In fact, let me do something. I try extra hard to become less visible as I approach. I hand my stone over to Van Warren to carry.
He puts it in his pocket.
God damn, that -1 is vicious.
That's all right. As you approach, she is staring over Wilhelm's shoulder. Just these two glowing, baleful, whitish blue eyes staring at you and Van Warren. Give me wisdom saves, please. I'll get Van Warren's.
Yeah, you might want to let him grab that.
Let's see here.
There you are, sir.
Let's see what we got. Oh, wow.
Youch from the boy.
Alright. Van Warren immediately just kind of drops his big sword and starts moseying over. Listener, you're not really sure what's going on.
I'm
Do you
pretty
intend to roll that with advantage, or
yes.
no? I'm talking about for
Oh, no,
Van
I
Warren.
didn't. His sheet must be set to the always roll at advantage.
The other way. Okay, so listener's pretty sharp guy. He might recognize that this is a looking thing. That this is a connection being made visually. Being there, I will use my spore cloud.
Poof. Alright, well, what's the range on it?
It's small, 5 foot, so it happens when I get up
Okay.
on him. But it causes blindness for 1d4 rounds and forces all affected individuals to roll sight-based actions at disadvantage.
Interesting use of that ability. Hitting your teammates intentionally to try and blind them.
Yes.
Interesting.
And also, I don't know if the sort of hypnosis is a sight-based action exactly.
That's a solid tactic. All right, so you blind the two of them. It doesn't seem to phase her at all. She actually reaches out another arm and welcomes Van Warren into the embrace. So of course you immediately see like the life just begin to leach out of him, and you can see it in Wilhelm's face as well. Wilhelm, give me another con save, please. $14. All right, you managed to resist this round. You can tell that they're both in very, very grave danger at this point. The hive mind is buzzing.
Oh, of course. I grab them like super roughly and pull as hard as I can to dislodge them from this creature.
Give me strength checks. One for each.
Not really my special.
No,
I'm trying.
Blam.
Oh, goddamn.
Hey,
Blam.
Goddamn.
What?
What?
So using
wow.
the sheer
What took over?
the sheer
Lister?
base of your size, let's say, you reach over and bundle each one of them under an arm, and then just kind of turn and start walking away.
I mean, dashing is 30 feet of movement for him.
That's about a rough
slowed
load
it
for me.
down. So, but you grabbed them.
Am I allowed to resist?
Yeah, technically.
Don't think I'll win, but I've I'm enthralled, so I don't want to
that's
leave
fair.
her.
Nope. Okay, we'll be fair. Nope. Okay. So, you're carrying him off at the maximum speed that you can. Loaded down. You can tell she's like right behind you. So... Goodness.
That'd be an issue getting him across the bridge.
What?
Oh, we're gonna have a lot of issues
Oh,
real
yeah.
fucking
So,
fast.
what direction are you wanting to go? Away from her to the north?
The fastest. Oh, away from her, certainly, but I think the correct path out is to come around the side of Building 11 and just cross straight across the center of the town.
Well, you're back behind Building 7 right now. And she is at the south end of Building 7.
I'll go north then. I'm not gonna go past her. You know, I'm not that
So
crazy.
you start working your way north. Now, let's see here. You are the hive mind is in your head. They're buzzing.
Always.
The hive is concerned that you are in grave danger, and they are about to lose an appendage due to the fact that they know what this is.
I put across the query as to what this is.
This is what the fleshies call a drifting terror.
Oh my.
And not only can it move through things,
not good,
but whatever effect it has on these two cannot be broken unless it is destroyed.
Ouch.
Do not have the firepower to do that because we lost Shillelagh and Morikavik and Sugnak. All of our firepower is gone.
All of our firepower is currently under my left arm, holding his double-bladed saber.
Yeah, pretty much. And enthralled.
I do still have Sugnak's firearms if we need to use them. Because I did get
That'll be
those.
interesting. If they were
All
loaded,
right.
you'll have at least one shot before you have to figure out how they work.
So I have read your bestiary. Do I know? How much do I know about the drifting terror, basically?
Anything that's in there, they would know.
Okay, that's actually perfect, because something that's in there is that there's a second way to break this enthrallment. Receiving this information from the OM at large, I give them both a sharp pop in the face.
Okay. Well, you have one under each arm. Are you stopping to put them down, or?
I like reach across. I'm very tall and I have long arms. I can reach across and just jab them in the nose with the opposite
so
arm.
You're trying to bring them around?
I can reach around these little fleshies easily.
You gonna try and bring them around?
I will give an attempt to bring them around.
Give me just a D20 roll. Okay. Wilhelm, give me one more wisdom save, please. He's trying to bring you out of it. All right. I'm gonna let that one go. Since he gave you a good sharp whack to the nose, you kind of shake your head and you're like, "What the?" You're coming out of it. You're a little disoriented and you're being carried by listener. Last thing you know, you fell in love.
He is also probably still blind, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see how long that blindness lasted. 1d4.
It's an important one.
One round.
1d4.
No,
well, he might be fine.
He's kind of rubbing.
It'll take me
he's
around
rubbing
a
his
second.
eyes and like kind of eyes watering coming out of it.
As soon as you start to come out of it, listener is shoving information into your brain in a way you're not really accustomed to from him. Normally, he kind of imitates the speed and patterns of speech. Right now, he's just pushing knowledge in. It is a dread creature. Do not look it in the eyes. I have had to break you of its spell. Smack Van Warren to break him out of it.
Smack Van Warren.
Smacking each other.
Also, at this point, you may want to put Wilhelm down and tell him to run.
I set Wilhelm on the ground.
So you managed to bring Van Warren out of it too. He shakes his head.
Okay,
do you do the same with him as far as the force of information?
I give him the same data dump, but a little slower because I know he's already got a lot of voices in there.
All right. He looks at Wilhelm, looks at you, refuses to look back at her, who you can tell she's literally about to start wailing on you guys. And he says to Wilhelm, grab his feet, and puts his arms up under Listener's armpits, lifting up his torso.
Yes. We run with Listener.
So, okay. You're okay with this plan?
I'm not gonna stop him. I'm gonna make it as easy for him as possible.
All right, Wilhelm.
Whenever they get to the bridge, I'm going to yell out one at a time again.
Give me a strength check. Let me get old.
High number, 17.
Nice. 12.
Holmes was running with just Listener
Right,
himself.
12. The two of you are carrying.
I'm imagining two grown men just carrying a fucking rose bush in between them.
Translucent
across
humanoid.
the ruins
figure.
of a sunken town underground, strewn with corpses and skeletons. All right, so you guys can manage to outrun her. She's still following at the speed of 30. It seems like even though you guys can maybe even weave between buildings, but you're just not losing her. It's like she's keeping up with you no matter where you're going. But you make it to the edge of the bridge.
Yell out one at a time. And I'm running back.
I will send Van Warren first, followed by Listener, followed by Wilhelm.
Like built upon
Alright.
rubble.
Van
For
Warren's
them.
like, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Away.
All right, Listener.
I'm playing built
I
upon rubble for y'all
certainly do
still.
cross. Do you want me to just
No,
roll you
you're
a
good.
check?
You're doing one at a time, so you're safe.
Alright.
Wilhelm?
I am across the moment I see Listener's feet hit the ground on the other side. Wilhelm
Alright, she's
takes
gonna
off.
take
Looking back,
she's gonna
straight
take
across.
a swing at you as you run. Missing.
Okay.
You just feel like the negative energy of her hand as she narrowly misses you. And you bolt across the bridge. Alright, so we are back on the plateau.
Hey!
And
Tokens I can move again.
so we're back on the bridge side. So we'll move everyone kind of over there real quick. So we're all in the same location. All right.
Does it sound like she's crossing the bridge?
Sound? She's not making a sound this whole time.
Don't really do that.
It's loading.
I do not break stride, really. I keep on going.
All right, so everyone's just running.
Question. Did we all get that information that was crammed into
Oh, about
No.
don't look at it? No, you have not received it yet. And right now, what you get from Listener is run. Do not look back.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm running.
All right.
I'm still wearing my mask, so I'm just like hanging on to Saoirse's sleeve and she's
That
running. and
mask
I'm
is actually a
running.
good thing right now. So
Yeah.
everyone's running. So to save the scene by scene chase, because you guys can kind of working together. You've got a lead on her. She's not going to go faster than 30. Where are we running to?
I actually want to tell as I'm finally crossing the bridge. That exact moment, I would want to yell out, "Cut the bridge!"
I don't think that'll help.
Don't. He doesn't know that.
Well,
She's already told you that her feet don't touch the ground.
Yeah, I yelled out to y'all
She
that
did.
she's floating.
She did.
Well, we don't want anyone else to go over there, so cutting it would be
Well-
best.
She might still only be able to float a few inches off the ground. I don't know if she can full on fly.
Wilhelm, your character's very intelligent. Give me an intelligence check.
Just straight intelligence
Just straight
or
intelligence.
a history
Straight
or
intelligence.
okay.
Okay. There's this nagging voice in the back of your head that says everywhere you're aware of on this side of the bridge is a dead end. If you cut the bridge, you may effectively trap yourselves on the plateau with her. So you can still cut the bridge. It's not a terrible tactic, but so far there are no exits on this side of the bridge that you know of.
You'll run
YOLO.
to the statues of the gods, the holy ground.
This
Very old holy ground.
So you guys are going back to the crypt?
That's what I yell. I don't know if anybody's doing it. I will.
Yeah, I think that's the best idea,
running
honestly. That's kind of where Saoirse thought that she might go.
So you guys are running back to the crypt.
Before we get there, I say to everyone, especially to Wilhelm, who's probably in the lead, mind the trap.
Oh no, Wilhelm's last. He is making sure you all go again ahead of him, especially listener, and will even be helping listener if needs be.
Everyone gets the warning. Mind the trap.
Now, if you remember, going towards the crypt, there is some very treacherous footing, which is going to severely slow you down or run the risk of immersion. We all know what happens when that happens.
Yeah, I think Saoirse's put enough distance between herself and the drifting terror, though she hasn't figured out that it's a drifting terror. Like that she's comfortable going carefully across the treacherous terrain, like as quickly as she can without
All right.
you know, falling in or
the bridge
anything.
you're at right now, you can get across. That's not too bad. Even if you touch the mud, it'll sting a little, but it won't hurt you. Where you're getting to right now, make sure the map is visible, is where the graded flooring is with the broken bridge. So with that, to cross that broken, or to cross around the graded areas, because it's about a 3-foot gap between each square, we need to do dex checks for everyone. Unless you want to take your time and go half speed.
Yeah, no, I'm going half speed. I
Half
feel
speed would
comfortable
be
that I
dangerous.
put enough distance between me and the drifting terror that
Okay.
I'll go half speed.
All right. Is everybody doing the same?
My regular speed is half speed. Do I have to go half of that to be extra cautious, or do I just
Your
go my regular
speed will
speed?
do. So, is anyone hauling ass across the grate? Want to take the chance?
I'm gonna let everyone go first, and then I'm gonna see if I feel her behind me. If I try to go slow.
Well, I mean, you don't really feel her behind you, I mean, unless you have some sort of.
I don't feel like a malevolent presence.
You're probably your character is probably scared a little bit right now. And beyond that, not feeling much.
He will try to go slow unless he fills a swipe. If he fills a swipe, then all bets are off and he's running.
You have no doubt that she's probably gaining a little ground on you as you guys are crossing. But everyone took their time, unfortunately.
We have to balance out all the bad decisions with better ones.
Everybody makes it across. Unfortunately. No, I'm just joking. Oof, let that load in. So, there's still that gas kind of hanging in the hallway. Genesis, Wilhelm, it irritates your lungs as you come into it. It's not hurting you, but it's exacerbating the existing problem. You start immediately coughing. Are you guys running into the crypt?
They are reminded again to mind the trap.
We're up running into the crypt.
Okay. So you guys are in the crypt.
Welcome to the crypt. It's nice.
Everybody's in the crypt. All right, so you're in the crypt. She's coming.
Sitting behind the statue.
There was a battle axe in the dwarves' tomb, right?
Real quick.
I grabbed that out.
Do you have a light source? Okay.
Yes.
As you get to here...
Did you run off to the south?
Yes, you did.
I can't see anything!
Hang on.
God damn.
Let me give you some light there, Sorsha. There you go.
I'm trying to hide. I should put it out. I'm just going behind the statue.
As you run back here, you see a black carpet of tiny creatures moving out of these alcoves towards you.
I'm putting the light in my pocket.
You can hear the chittering of thousands of small spiders ranging across the floor. Yeah. Well, Helma, did you go into the room, into the crypt, I take it?
I still can't see anything. I am refreshed. I'm completely surrounded by black. I will follow them into the crypt. Yeah, if you could move me. Phew, I can see.
Alright, so into the
It's
crypt.
so much better.
Alright. You hear the sounds of sobbing coming down the hall. I'm going to use this Morikavik's token.
Have I secured the battle axe?
Yeah, you grab the axe. Sorsha, they're not, since you put the light out, they're not actively attacking you, but there are thousands of spiders crawling all over you right now. Like in your clothes, in your hair, they're all over you.
I'm just holding still right now. I've got too much to worry about.
Let's do wisdom. Let's do a wisdom save just to maintain your composure. No, your empathy won't work on spiders. Okay, you make your save. You can use your empathy to keep Sorsha calm. If you choose to, although she's maintaining. It's teeth clenching, knuckles white, but maintaining.
All right. I have a suggestion. It's going to be unpopular with precisely Master Miss.
What's that?
Should we kick off next time with the combat that's about to start? I saw that coming Ages ago.
This'll take a minute.
I understand the concerns, Master. However, I am fucking
okay.
tired.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
And this is going to be a maximum brain power encounter. Because I'm very tired, Master Miss. I've worked long days
That is
all
true.
week and didn't get a short rest
But
today.
I will say this.
I didn't take my short rest.
Actually, next week would not be Stapleton because the fourth Saturday in August is actually
I don't know what day it is.
the
5.
last Saturday in August is
That's
the 29th.
right. So yeah, we got one more week of Cairne. So yeah, that's all good. But I will say this. As you guys know, we have a couple new players coming. And this may actually be the perfect time to introduce them.
Yeah,
You
no
are
kidding.
not lying.
Not lying at
So hopefully,
Well, I'm gonna have to use a gun.
So hopefully next week, we can have a nick of time interjection by our new characters as played by Madam Poison and Mr. Redfield. Because that would be an incredibly timely introduction. I think it would be a really cool part of the narrative if we can work it. So, that is okay.
Yeah, so I know we have a Ventrite Arcanist. What is Redfield playing? If we can know that.
You guys, I don't think it'll be a problem, and you guys are very good about not metagaming. And I'm sure our Panic at the Crypto. So I'll tell you, as you guys know, yeah, you do have a Ventrite Arcanist, and Red will be playing a Volrestad Desolation Strider.
Such excitement.
So another Morikage.
A little different. He's taken it a different direction already. But I will say this.
But still just as deadly, I would assume.
If not more so, yes.
Ooh.
But I will say this. Tonight's session was very fun. I like to think that you guys are feeling the panic of the underground. We've suffered a terrible loss, but it was one, I think, that solidified the actual danger. Both seeing what happened to Chilele and the loss of Sugnak. We also have the unknown of Morikavik. He could be lost as well. That being said, I think we're going to go ahead and give you guys what you need to hit level 3.
It's very kind of you.
Just based upon what's been done tonight, I hope I didn't interject too much with playing Van Warren. I couldn't resist the the dual person carry.
It's so much fun.
Couldn't resist the dual person carry.
Actually, pretty perfect, honestly. I'm sure Chris would not mind because it feels very in character for Van Warren just to up and suddenly be like, I'm gonna fucking carry him, and then just like do it, but also it's like helpful.
I think that worked well. But yeah.
I would like to point out, people trust Listener, an unknowable plant man, so much that I'm currently carrying 2 priceless artifacts and the dying wish of a man who barely knew me.
Well, you're the only one that's not greedy.
Well, the thing is that no one else knows that you have the key. Like, Saoirse was curious for a second, like, after the spirit popped up. Like, I was, like, starting to walk up to, like, I was going to have Saoirse, like, you know, walk up, talk to Listener, and be like, ooh, what's that? And then the spirit started moving. And she was just like, nope, fuck that, I'm out of here.
That was, I was really hoping you guys would trigger her.
Death and destruction.
Well, she has that really neat little ability the detect life ability. Like
5 goddamn miles.
You're not getting away from this one.
And like we fled to the holy ground, but the gods literally
Yeah,
left
that's probably not going to help too much.
hundreds of years ago.
No, but we know of a place with no other exits, basically, and it was just like, do we run like a very short way away from this thing and like, you know, deal with the water weird and try and figure out how to get out while we're dealing with both? Or do we put a considerable distance between ourselves and her, run into the crypt, and give us at least some time to prepare?
This is brilliant.
So-
This is brilliant.
Oh, I was thinking, we know that the tears were obviously some sort of blessed object. Perhaps the stone, too? I mean, the body cried. Throw the body at her.
Hey, it worked for the weird.
And listener is now at least armed.
This is true. He had a shield in there too. I don't know if you guys took that.
Probably will.
And I am a Becklerite, so I get Becklerite technology, which means in theory I can reload the gun.
You would know how to use a gun, yes. But yeah, I really hope I can get the two of them in for next week to get an attempt to save you in the nick of time, because I really do think that'll be a great introduction. Definitely. But yeah.
And Master Myths gets to freak out live.
There we go.
On
That'll
mic.
be much better.
That's more
Much
fun.
better. But yeah, we will go ahead and call it for now. For those of you watching, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you've had a good time. I know we have. Thank you to Sugnak and Lord of Chance for dying so graciously with such incredible dignity. And the rest of you as well for a game well played so far. So I look forward to next week. We will see you guys then here on Homebrew RP. All right.
Farewell.